What I need for you to do is keep that happy thought as long as for this hour, because this could either go real well or not at all. We got a couple different technologies going on here today. The other thing is this new wireless microphone. I feel like some sort of stage performer up here. So if I decide to slide across here, you know, it's just because I'm in the moment. That's all that it is. We have a busy Sunday. We have it's a good way to start this week. There's so many things going on. I want to take time right now, though, to welcome the visitors that are here. I know there's a couple that I haven't seen in a while. It's just good to see people that their families have come back to see them, and people that you got to know some time ago. And whenever God brings new people into our lives, it's just an indication that God is still creating and recreating. So when you see somebody that you haven't seen before, or see somebody that you haven't seen in a while, just know that that's a touch on the shoulder from God that says, hey, I got more work for you to do. So if you're a visitor with us this morning, we hope that you find this place a house of worship, a house of prayer, a house of song, and a house of fellowship. We want you to feel like that if you are a visitor, that you won't have that visitor mentality for very long. We want you to know that this is a loving community and a forgiving community, and we take everybody in because we're all sinners and all fall short of the glory of God. So welcome to you. And we have a gift for you that as you leave here today, it's back on what we call the bar. It's a cup. What you fill it with is up to you. But anyway, there's a gift for you. It tells you about our church, tells you about this community of faith. And we ask that if you want to share some information with us, that we can contact you and bring you some cookies. And that's the reason for wanting your address and phone number or whatever. So we can call you first, make sure you're home. We're going to bring you over some cookies. And if you don't want the cookies, then you can write my address on them. And I'll get you that later. We have some special celebrations here this morning. The first thing I think we do is need to honor Rick for making it to his 85th birthday. The altar flowers are for Rich's 85th birthday. That's such a special. They want me to tell you, you love that pronoun? They, the powers that be, want me to tell you that the giving statements are for the year back there on the desk that's there. They're trying to save the 47-cent postage for each one, so if you would pick that up, that would help us tremendously, if you would. If you've given to the church last year, your statement should be back there. Look it over. There's no fellowship after this worship service today because of the celebration that we're having for those that have been married 50 years or more. And they will be gathering in Fellowship Hall, and there's a bunch of them over there, and the men have been busy making the dinner for them. So just make sure you greet each other properly at the end of the service, so that take time to fellowship with somebody. And then if you're part of that over there, if you're part of the group that's RSVP'd, or if you're 50 and older, they're going to feed you today. And it ought to be good. And we're going to honor you as well. We have a celebration this evening with Vivian and Reverend Jim Bailey. It's her 80th birthday, so that's at 6 o'clock. We ask for your participation in that. And Methodism 101 this afternoon, and I think that's about it at 4 o'clock. It's new members class if you're interested, and if you have an interest in church history, or just want to come and spend some more time with me today, that would be great. Love to have you, love to see you. And I think that's about all the announcements that we do have, and we can begin worship this morning, unless somebody has another announcement that they need to make. Bruce?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today, good morning, Fred. It gives me real great pleasure because today we're going to make the award we make every year for the Man of the Year from Mesquite United Methodist Church.
And that's what I was going to say. But 10 years ago, the men's club formed. The Man of the Year Club group. It's the Doug Harrell Man of the Year Award. And each year it goes to an individual who has really gone above and beyond to do things around the church and the community and what have you. And we've had it for 10 years now, and it was actually started 3 years after the men's club was started. And I will read the names off of the people who have received it, but I don't think I should do that. This will be with everybody's name on it on the wall by the kitchen. And whenever you're in there, you can look and see who all has received it.
Thank you, Fred. And it gives me great pleasure to announce that this year's award is being presented to Dan Cole. This is for Dan to take home and put wherever he wants to put it. And it says on it, Man of the Year 2013, Dan Cole.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You earned it.
Thank you.
That ought to keep the air conditioning filters and the light bulb changed. I don't know anything he doesn't do. He's always here. If you need anything, you just call Dan. He's just that way. Now we can get to the business at hand. The business at hand is to worship the living God. So let us prepare our hearts, open our eyes, open our ears. Allow that moment to come to you where we're centered on the cross, and allow God to come into your heart and speak to you this morning.
Please join me in the call to worship, which is in your bulletin, and it's also on our screen, so you can take advantage of either one of those. Happy are those who walk in God's ways. Blessed are those who observe God's commandments. Faithful are those whose eyes are fixed on righteousness. Joyful are those whose hearts are filled with grace. Come, let us love the Lord our God. We come to worship the one who leads us in the ways of life. Now, if you would please stand and join me in the hymn.